Good evening, everyone. My name is Seema, and I've been here before giving a talk, but every time I'm here, it feels like a new stage. Maybe because of the people who are around, or maybe the presentation that I have. Last time it was pretty boring. This time it looks colorful, right? Thank you. No, I did not. I tried, but I did not like it. So I thought maybe I'll move slowly, and next time maybe I'll use AI to build my presentation. I'll change the wand next time. So those of you who know me, or those of you who do not know me, I started my career in Josh as a developer. And because I did not have AI tools at that time, I could not cope up with the work. And I switched. Smart decision, right? So same goes for you guys. Do not switch your profile, but definitely switch your wand and switch to some other AI tool so that it helps you out. So whenever I meet a person, I tell them my background. One question that I have come across a lot of times is, do you miss your previous profile? Or do you feel that you wasted a year of your life doing something that you'll not be doing again? So it got me thinking, did I actually waste 1 year of my life? What do you guys think? Did I waste 1 year of my life? No, hell no. We are from middle class. We don't even waste poly bags. How would I waste knowledge that I've gathered over 1 year of span? So I got into thinking, and I was trying to map whatever I'd learned at that time. How am I still using those things in my personal life as well, not just professional? So in this talk, I'll take you through my journey and my experiences about how the tech world that I'd lived in still lives with me. So I'll take you back 10 years ago when I joined Josh, 11 years ago when I joined Josh. And just like Anuja mentioned, the third slide that she mentioned, that we used to be one-man army. The only difference was she was from infantry, I was from ordnance. So she knew what she was doing, I was there. And if a war broke through, I would have followed the protocol. So I need you guys to reiterate the protocol that she had mentioned on the third slide. What were the steps of development? The very first step of software development? Requirement gathering. So do you guys think requirement gathering is important for your product development?
Yes.
Why? The more clear communication you have with your client, the chances of iteration is less. Do you think in your personal life as well, open communication is important? Clear communication is important?
Yes.
Those who are single, listen carefully. Once you get married or get into a relationship, this is the only thing that keeps your relationship strong. I cannot even count the number of times this has saved my marriage. Or else I would have been divorced like 5 years back. I don't know. Maybe 3 years into marriage, I would have gotten divorced. Because at times, whenever I get into an argument with my husband, it seems like the trivial things which are causing the argument, but it is actually never about the laundry is not folded, the dish is not done, or the clothes are just lying around. It is something totally different. All you have to do to stop that argument is ask one simple question. Problem क्या है तेरा exactly? And the answer comes out to be, हम तो पिज़्ज़ा खाने जाने वाले थे, आज दाल खिचड़ी क्यों बनाया? It is as simple as that. And if you don't have that clear communication, it affects your relationships. Try it out with your partners and get back to me with the feedback. And I can guarantee you, this will work. Okay? Once you have all the requirements in place, I said partner. Choose. There was a star. Actually, the question is asked by him and not by me. And it still takes 2-3 iterations. But again, clear communication. Even though it takes 2-3 iterations of the same question, we finally do get to a conclusion that it was about pizza and dal khichdi and not about dishes. Okay? So once you have the requirements in place, what is the next step? What was the next step in the slide?
Plan.
I told you, I'm from ordnance. I don't go into planning. So test-driven development. Although for everybody has a deeper understanding of the word test-driven development, I'll tell you what I understood when I was a kid. So it was all about getting the scenarios right before actually start the coding part. So you have your scenarios in place so that whatever product you develop, you have already covered the corner cases. That applies to your real life activities as well. So I understand I am not a very good cook, but I did want to learn how to cook. So I thought it's very simple. I'll just go on YouTube, I'll look at a recipe and I'll cook. It is not that simple. You have to understand that all the scenarios are taken care. It is not just about the recipe flow. It is about the ingredients, the heat at which you cook the specific food, even the vessel, as a matter of fact. Once I took care of all these points, I was finally able to cook something that was edible. For the record, if you want to make dal makhni, you do not make it in a flat pan. It has to be a deep vessel. I learned it the hard way. Same thing goes for other activities or other goals that you want to achieve. Now I know for a fact why I have not been able to lose weight since last 6-7 odd years. Because I don't take care of all the scenarios. It's either I exercise, then I don't take care of my diet. If I take care of my diet, I miss out on the exercise. If I take care of both, maybe I'm stressed and my mental health is not in the best shape. But I think the day I'm able to cater to all these three things, one day, maybe 3 years down the line, but one day, I will be able to lose weight. So it is very important to get your building blocks right so that you are on the right path of achieving your goal without a lot of iterations. Can everybody relate to this? I will need answers. I will not proceed. Can everybody relate to this? Yes. To losing the weight part or cooking? Both. Thank you. So, during the development process, because I told you I was from ordnance, I did not have the hands-on experience on the war front. I needed help. I was not as bright as Anuja, so I needed help. And for help, I had two options. To either go to my mentors, who were Swapnil and Sahil, or I could go on net and just search my question, Stack Overflow. This is pre-ChatGPT era, where Stack Overflow was our best friend, and all we had to do was type our question as it is. I used to copy paste, literally. This is my problem. So why do you think it was easier for me to actually go to Stack Overflow instead of going to a person who is sitting next to me? It was fear of judgment, straightforward. What if they feel, oh my God, did we really hire this stupid lady? Although when I did it for the first time, I realized they were not such judgmental and they helped me out with the queries, and it was actually better than asking Stack Overflow, because Stack Overflow is from somebody who does not know the background or whatever, and asking a query in person always helps, because you ask for A, B, C, you also get gyan about D, E, F. So it always helps. So in real life as well, how many of you guys are scared of asking for help in person? Why? पैसे नहीं मांगने, help मांगना है. I know for a fact I can easily ask for help. For this presentation, I had to reiterate the development cycle. So I was just casually walking, I asked Payal, can you please help me out with that? She was generous enough to help me out with that. For the presentation, I took help from Kaushik, Rahul. I had to practice my demo. I took help from Gautam, Anuja, Swapnil. If they were not available, I would have asked Ishani, can you please help me out with this? It does not matter, just ask. The worst answer you'll get is no. It's okay, move on. So don't be afraid to ask for help.
Which doesn't happen in
Which happens in Josh, I think it does. Do you guys ask for help? Yes. Do you get the help? Yes. Thank you. So once I had my building blocks in place, I could ask questions. I was finally be able to, get my code in place, and my product was, I think it was good enough to go ahead on deployment. But what do we do before we deploy our code?
Test.
Thank you. So for me, quality assurance was to maintain my standards. Obviously, my standards are going to be different from Anuja's, and that's why we have peer reviews of code. But in real life as well, it is very important to maintain your own standards. What this means in simple terms. Like I told you, I started learning how to cook. But has any one of you have ever tasted whatever I've cooked? Anyone? Why what? I know. I don't think so anybody has. That was made by my husband and not me. So the reason why I do not offer the food that I cook is because I know that I can do better. It is not up to the mark, which it should be for presenting it in front of anyone. So even though I have put in all the efforts to get the recipe right, to ensure that the food and everything is cooked properly, I've given it enough time, the heat is correct, everything is correct. If I taste it and I do not like it, I'm not going to serve it to you. Just like we do not push our code on deployment if we are not satisfied by it, even if the deadline is approaching. Is there any... Okay, times have changed. Is there anyone who pushes their code on deployment without testing? Please come and meet me. Sagar. Do not meet Sagar.
We don't need that. We make changes in production.
That is the next point. Don't do that. Maintain your standard, guys. Maintain Josh ka standard. Stock is going exactly in the direction that I expected it to be. So once I ensure that the code that I had written is of utmost quality, I move forward to production deployment. And what happens when we are actually able to deploy our code? What is the first feeling that you have? Yes. Kya production? Okay. I think you're getting a call. You can, take a call from the tag room.
You paid us later.
Do you guys feel happy once the production deployment is done? That small sense of yes. Oh, thank God. Some sense. Comp off, that is also a part of it. Does your manager treat you once a successful deployment is done? If not, talk to your managers. So I don't know what happens now. We used to celebrate like crazy whenever we were able to do a good production deployment. So it is very important to celebrate even your small wins. It is not necessary that it has to be a huge goal that you achieved. Even if you were able to achieve some part of it, celebrate it. Since I started cooking, I try new recipes and they are okay or sometimes edible, sometimes not edible. But whenever I'm able to go through and finally make one thing that I always wanted to do it, I celebrate. So the latest thing that I learned how to cook or make is mushroom sandwich. It's just mushroom on bread, that's it. But I'm happy. I celebrated. I told 3 people that I learned a new recipe. That is how your life should be. Whether or not your achievement is huge or just small, just be happy about it. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Be happy for yourself. Do you guys do it right now? I heard 2 yes. बाकी सब क्या करते हैं? गलत को. So be happy for yourself and do celebrate even your tiniest wins. Production deployment के बाद क्या होता है? It could happen to the best of us. Even if you followed the entire process correctly, you did the quality assurance, and you were very particular about pushing the code, it could happen that a production bug pops up. In our times, there used to be a notification from roll bar. That was the scariest thing in my life at that time. That and the ting voice of Google Chat. So as soon as the roll bar pops up, there's a message from our manager. What the hell went wrong? It was scary. No, he was not my manager. I'm still standing here. He could not be my manager when I was a developer. Come on. So what do you do when you get a message that you have a production bug? What is the first thing on your mind? Is it that, oh my God, I'll lose my job?
Yes.
Sagar, are you in the same Josh that I thought it is? Or is it that, let's resolve it? Priority क्या होना चाहिए? कि manager is going to kill me or let's solve the bug? Let's solve the bug. If somebody feels that the manager is going to kill them, talk to me. What is going on with your life? Don't do that. So it happened on my birthday, I guess. Yeah, last year, my birthday. I was very happy that, I'm a great cook now. I'll cook for my friends. I invited my friends over. I had mastered this one recipe. I thought, you know what? I'll make it on my birthday. I'll do it. Everybody's sitting on the dining table. and I walked up to the dining table with the tray in my hand, the vessel in my hand, and I dropped it right before the dining table. That was my production bug. Everything was going right. Everything was sorted. But I dropped the vessel. What was the first question that popped in everybody's mind?
5-second rule.
It, unfortunately, it was a gravy, so 5-second rule was scary. I'll try that on next time I face a production bug. Maybe I'll follow the 5-second rule. Although at that time the first question was not kya hua? The first question was, are you okay? Because obviously the food was hot. So the first question was, are you okay? Are you hurt? Is anybody hurt? And then people started solving the mess. Somebody ordered food because 5-second rule did not cross our mind. And then somebody was trying to clean up the mess, literally. And then we enjoyed our food. And then we retrospected. What went wrong? The thing is, if you are holding a hot vessel, use a mitten or an old cloth. Don't be a superhero. You have to use a cloth. So lessons learned, next time I will be very particular about holding a hot vessel, or I'll ask my husband to do it. Stay safe. So this cycle used to continue. We used to gather. I did the quality assurance, and that's why I was confident that I can serve this food, and that was the only time I was confident. Not any. Few things are supposed to be a secret. Let's not get them out. So this was the standard cycle. But apart from these activities, there were 3 more activities that we used to do and 3 more lessons that I had learned. The most important one was open source contribution. Now, how many of you guys know what open source contribution is? How many of you guys can tell me when is the next Open Source Friday? Today. How many of you guys would be participating in that? 4. Okay. I see more hands now. Please participate in Open Source Fridays. It is very important to give back to the community. When we were in 2013, 2014, it was mandatory that after 3:30 the entire company used to sit together and we did open source contribution. Nobody worked on their own projects. They used to work on open repositories. It could be as simple as raising a request, raising a ticket on GitHub, issue on GitHub, or writing a blog, or updating a README. It could be as simple as updating a README. Plus, please give back to the community. So I really enjoyed it, although I could not do much about it, but I really enjoyed it. Once I came out of the tech world, I still wanted to give back to the community. Monetary compensation is somewhat limited. It has its own limitation, helping someone in a monetary way. So my way of giving back to the community was actually donating my hair. So I have been donating my hair since 2020, and I have donated my hair twice to Prashanti Cancer Care. Now, and I think I'll be able to donate 3 to 4 more times before my entire hair turns grey. Given the fact, I don't think so, apart from few ladies, anybody else has hair long enough to donate. And Gautam, of course.
Donated already.
It is important that you donate what you actually have, which is your tech knowledge. So please do open source contribution. And the ladies who would like to donate their hair, get in touch with me. I'll connect you to the correct person and give back to the community in that way. The second thing was version upgrades. I was allocated on a project which... Production bug. Please help me sort it. Retrospect. That's okay. So the next thing was version upgrade. I was allocated on a project where they had to upgrade from Rails 2 to Rails 4. I did not understand the reason behind it. क्यों करना है, चल तो रहे. ऐसा feeling आता है क्या? Why do we have to upgrade, man? Yeah, it's all cool. We'll go ahead like this. But no, it is important. The tech part, I did not understand why we had to do it. But in your personal life, you have to upgrade yourself. I am a sort of person who likes to go back in her comfort zone as soon as I get the slightest chance. So I was happy. School bus aata tha when I was a kid. I used to travel by school bus. I did not feel the need of learning how to ride a bicycle. Until one day when we were told that we'll have extra classes and we'll have to stay after school. So we'll have to travel by our own. So when I was in 8th standard, at that time I learned how to ride a bicycle. My younger brother learned it before me, so it's okay. It was embarrassing, but it's okay. Then I was happy. Oh, okay, I know how to ride a bicycle. I can go around. And I ensured that when I joined Josh, I rented a place out where I could walk to the office. Because I did not know how to ride a two-wheeler. Again, I was happy. Sorted. I'll walk. I don't want to learn anything new. I'm not going to learn anything new. I'm happy where I am. But then one day, the people from Josh, they decided that we'll join swimming classes. And I was very confident. I like asking for help. So I asked one of the girls, Kal, can you pick me up? We'll go to swimming. And she just told me, no, actually I'm helping somebody else out. You figure it out on your own. And that hit me. That I can't go swimming just because I cannot drive a two-wheeler. So I learned how to drive a two-wheeler when I was 25. So yeah, I'm still 26, so it's okay. So I learned how to ride a two-wheeler. And that got me thinking that it is very important that you keep evolving with time. Whether it's learning a new tech or a new hobby or something related to your health, but you have to keep evolving. The next step, I think it has to be how to drive a car, given that the parking situation. But I just realized that car parking is not available as well. So I'll evolve again. Instead of coming by two-wheeler or a car, I'll use the shuttle service. That's how you evolve. Shuttle service. Next business idea, if anybody is interested.
You don't need to learn how to drive. It's better to take a driverless car.
Drive. Oh.
Latest technology and AI will help you.
And maybe I'll have to train the AI. I don't know if AI will work in Pune, given that there are, I don't know how many vehicles around. So that's how you evolve. And everybody should promise themselves that they will be a better version of themselves in 5 years of time or 7 years of time or whatever is the comfortable time frame for them. So that is how I ensure that I learn something new. It could be as simple as using a chopsticks, or the latest thing that I learned was how to crack open an egg with one hand. I'm learning cooking, man. What is wrong with you? So that is a very key ingredient of cooking. Learn how to crack an egg with one hand. And the final thing was adapting to changes. So when I started coding, we used to use Vim. And how many of you guys still use Vim? Apart from Gautam and Anuja? Nobody. So in Vim, if you want to change the directory, you have to write a command. And then there was this one person who was next to me. Can we use such words in the talk? Where is Kaushik? Pretty condescending. She just told me, what are you doing? This is not how you work. Have you seen Sublime? Directory dikhta hai. You just click. What are you doing? And it just irritated me. So I was like, I'll try to use Sublime. But I hated Sublime so much that I quit coding altogether. Not doing it. Not comfortable enough. But yeah, I'm very headstrong. So, but I think that if I would have continued, I had to adapt with time. With Vim, then Sublime, then VS Code came in, then VS Code has Copilot plugin, then I think Cursor that you were using has its own editor, right? So it is very important to adapt to changes. When I talk about my personal life, I was a very pampered kid, very nice household. School tak to I was with my parents, and whenever I used to go home, खाना सामने आता था, fruits cut करके सामने आते थे, and I had a very nice life. Then I had to stay in hostel. खाना सामने नहीं आता है, तुमको मेस जाना पड़ता है, and that too in a specific time frame. If you don't go in that time frame, you don't get the food, and I cannot live without food. So I adapted. Okay, fine. I will wake up at certain time so that I do get the food. Hostel was sorted. All you had to do was to go to the mess to get your food. But then when I joined Josh, I had to stay in a rented apartment where you had to cook food for yourself. Worst of all. It's okay, fine. I learned how to make dal, chawal, Maggi, and sandwich. The egg I learned right now. So, nahin. I learned 4 things and I was able to survive. Thankfully, after 4-5 years, I got married and my husband can cook, so I was sorted. So I changed again. I went back to my comfort zone. I don't need to do anything. I am sorted. But then life had other plans. He got transferred and he moved to Mumbai. जो मुझे आता था खाना बनाना मैं वो भी भूल चुकी थी. So I had to go back to square one and start learning again. But what it taught me was you have to be open to changes. You cannot lay in your comfort zone. Same as coding. Today you are very comfortable without any AI tool. You are very good at what you are doing. But you need that extra power. Utilize that power and you will be sorted. This is me promoting Anuja's talk. Please follow her. So this is so far what my life has been. And I can assure you that whatever you guys are doing in your professional life, it is applicable to your personal life as well. So go ahead, explore about it. And if you think I have missed out on something, do let me know. And maybe I'll figure out how to implement that in my life as well. So that is it from my end. I'll end with a very complicated quote. And this is me in different stages of my life. Any questions? Anyone? Huh? Photos kab ke hain? So that is my hair donation. This is the first time that I donated my hair. After this, I've donated one more time. That is me taking the most daring decision of my life, getting married. I could not find a picture of me driving a two-wheeler. और साइकिल तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं होता. तो ये सुलह में एक साइकिल है, मैं वो चला रही थी. तो just imagine me driving a two-wheeler. That's how I learned. And that is a food that I could cook. And I could use the chopsticks as well, by the way. Yes. Chopsticks, that's why. Egg is also there. Told you, man. I could cover everything. Any questions, anyone? Either everybody understood everything or nobody understood anything. Thank you. That was more than enough time to see my embarrassing photos.